Hello and good day to you. Welcome to Morning Call for Friday, the 10th of May, 2019. Friday, we almost got it once more into the breach. And some more tech news. I'm Fab from Hamburg, where it's looking sunny right now, but it was pissing down until just a minute ago, which is a good sign, which means normal weather has resumed in our wonderful city. Tech news. What do we got today? Got some stuff. Obviously, there's always something happening. Chelsea Manning has been released from jail, although only because the grand jury she was supposed to answer some questions for a grand jury, and said no, I won't, and then went to jail. They were like, "You're going to jail until you answer these questions." And they're just letting her out because the grand jury apparently they have serving periods, like they have to make come up with a new grand jury now, and then she's gonna be asked again, and if she still says no, she'll go to prison again. So it's just a bureaucratic thing that they're letting her go for now, I'm guessing. So anyway, she should try to just run. You'll be sitting in jail for the rest of your life, Chelsea. Come on. Twitter keeps blocking people because they write about the election. Talked about that IT lawyer in Germany, and now my ex-colleagues at Heise writing about more. Apparently, people are complaining that this happens a lot. Including one of my ex-colleagues, a CT editor, who joked about Die Partei, wrote a joke about them, and then got his account blocked. So he basically said, "Why are you giving your votes to a satire party? Are you giving your money to a satire bank too?" To which I reply, "If Martin Sonneborn runs the bank, I actually probably would, because it's not like banks haven't ripped me off in the past. Can't be worse than Deutsche Bank. Can't be much worse. Even if Sonneborn just runs away with the money, at least I get some entertainment out of it." Sie ist sehr gut, says Ikwik. Yes, vote for the wählt die Partei. Sie ist sehr gut. I don't want to make election advertising on this show, so we're gonna leave it at that. I find it interesting. It says here that Urs is, I knew this, is a local politician for the Greens in Hanover, which I think his Twitter account shouldn't be blocked. He's the last person. He's very nice and considerate guy, and his Twitter account should be the last one that is blocked. But I also think journalists shouldn't be politicians. People ask me why I'm not member of Die Partei, and I think as a journalist you shouldn't be a member of any party. Anyway, more politics. This time the US Pompeo, what is he? Is he Minister, State Foreign Secretary? Foreign Secretary. He's Foreign Secretary. Said in the whole Huawei spat. So Register says U.S. Minister invokes Maggie Thatcher. Says she wouldn't have halted Huawei. She would have halted Huawei 5G rollout. So he said this, quoting, ask yourself this. Would the Iron Lady be silent when China violates the sovereignty of nations through corruption and coercion? Would she have welcomed the Belt and Road Initiative without demanding absolute transparency and the highest standards? Would she allow China to control the internet of the future? Yeah, because 5G is the internet of the fucking asshole. Secretary of State Pompeo was reported as saying by political journalists. Now, I don't know if Pompeo knows this, but Thatcher not universally liked in the UK. There were actually many people celebrating when she died, including, I have to admit, me. I don't know, this fucking idiot. I like the Register's take on this. This is a very short story, as it should be, and the Register just saying Thatcher died in 2013 and never mentioned Huawei in Parliament. Her main concerns with China were the smooth return of Hong Kong to Chinese political control when tea-sucking opium dealing crossed out. Britain's 99-year lease on the colony came to an end in 1997. God, gotta love the Register. Some good writing there. Do you have cryptocurrencies? 1 second. I don't have cryptocurrencies. I have coffee. And I need coffee. Anyway, do you have Bitcoin? If you have Bitcoin, it's time to rejoice because Bitcoin crossed the $6,000 mark. Heiser asking, is this the start of a new rally? Don't know about that. Currently it's at, it doesn't say here. What's that? Currently at 5,232 euros per Bitcoin, and you can see this is, of course, over the last year. We're definitely on a rise again. The lowest point was about in December of 2018, and it's starting to crawl back up. Iquick says I have some F. Maybe I should check the currency exchange rate. Wait, I can do that for you. Let me just F. Let's look this up. Anything for my peeps here. 154 euros 43 euro cents at the moment. Also climbing, it looks like. Well, there you go. Now you can calculate how many ETH you have in euros. Speaking of crypto, the Register reporting crypto queen on the run from feds. Lawsuit after her OneCoin slammed as an old school pyramid scheme on a new school platform. Askley says I have half a Bitcoin. I think I actually still have half a Bitcoin. So the only one I didn't sell. Let's not talk about this. This is self-titled crypto queen Ruya Ignatova, who's on the run because the FBI wants her because she created OneCoin, which apparently wasn't a cryptocurrency, didn't have mining facilities, and was just a big $4 billion Ponzi scheme, they're saying. So it's basically you invested in it, and then you got some tokens, and then you got marketing material, which apparently was largely copied from Wikipedia, and then you went out and tried to rope other people in, and then you got commissions. And in the end, the tokens and everything people got was worth nothing, and the investment wasn't invested in the currency, but went into other investment channels, and basically was laundered, I'm guessing. So they arrested her brother, Konstantin, and some other people involved. She's still on the run. Interesting. So I hope you didn't have any OneCoins there, Igwig. Um, uh, Redhead is on a roll. Redhead is on a big roll. Redhead has announced OpenShift 4. It's container middleware, whatever thingy platform, and they have now a deal with Microsoft to get Azure to get OpenShift into Azure, or if you're American, Azure, as Microsoft likes to call a cloud platform, Azure. No, it's Azure. The color is called Azure. Microsoft. It's the Queen's English. Learn to fucking speak the language. Anyway, it's now in Azure. There is so RHEL can run as a container in Azure and other stuff. And OpenShift 4, some new features as well when it's coming out. Red Hat is saying a lot of automation, a lot of stuff like rolling out and deploying and maintaining apps is going to be easy and largely automated. I don't know. I know little about containers, I have to admit. Igwig says he sold everything he had, but he has 0.2 ETH left. Then everything crashed. Now I have to wait for a better price. Yeah, that's how it goes. So this is very interesting. At some point I will have to get into containers. I have several web servers that I'm administering really old school, with package managers and outdated shit like that. One day I will move them to containers, if only to learn about it, because apparently you have to know about this now, and I'm a tech journalist, so I should better get cracking. But Red Hat is on a roll, because not only have they a deal with Microsoft for Azure, they're also Azure. For Azure. Now I'm saying it, damn it. They also have a deal, announced a deal with VMware to basically get OpenShift into VMware's software-defined data center SDDC stack, which is comprised of vSphere, vSAN, and NSX. It's, I don't know. Basically, it's all like computers, and you have a big data center, and then you have virtual LANs and virtual servers, and you have containers, and you have virtualization, and it's all too fucking complicated. Can't we just go back to actually having boxes? I'm getting too old for this crap. I want bare metal. There are some problems with containers. There's a security vulnerability currently that if you use all this crap, you should probably be aware of. Cisco's Talos initiative, they're a security company they're running. Researchers, they have found a security vulnerability in Alpine Linux, which is a Heise reporting here on this. It is Alpine is the Linux distribution that's often used for containers. It's very slimmed down. And since containers basically, when you build stuff on top of each other, basically it depends on the stuff that's in. Like if you build your own app and you build an image and that's based on another container image, if any software is already in that underlying image, you don't have to put it in your system, and that sometimes it's just useful to have your underlying Linux system as slim as possible, and then just because you don't know what people build on top of it. Anyway, lots of people use Alpine Linux, and it has a security vulnerability. Apparently, lots of versions have it, where there is in etc shadow, there is like just an empty string where a password hash should have been in the variable sp_pvd pwdp, sorry. And yeah, that's not good. And the other problem with containers is sometimes it's hard because they all depend on each other, and because there's no, even Docker, there's no basically accepted easy way to do security updates. Often there will be outdated stuff, and people won't update their image necessarily. So you might want to check that you're not running into that. Samsung has done a little oopsie. Security researcher discovering that Samsung has, they have an internal GitLab instance, which is known. They're known as a customer of GitLab. But somebody must have pushed the wrong buttons and has made a lot of stuff public that shouldn't have been public. So security researcher has found this, according to TechCrunch here. Whoa. Yes, I want cookies. What? Thank you, TechCrunch. So apparently their SmartThings app, whatever that is, source code and secret crypto keys were leaked. I don't know. I mean, it's completely understandable that somebody pushes the wrong button. Like, I know I use GitLab myself, and it's very easy to push the wrong button in there. That's a very confusing interface at times. But I don't understand why they had, like, cryptography secrets in their repository. Like, shouldn't have that. Even, like, in a private repository. I mean, at the end of the day, you're storing that in the cloud, server could be hacked. Somebody could push the wrong button and make it public. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't put your crypto stuff in the cloud, in your Git repo. Don't. Last story before I run and let you go into your Friday and then your hard-earned weekend. And all of the developers have copies of the keys on their PC, says Vohan J. Johan, I'm guessing. That's you, isn't it? Anyway, yes, that is dumb as well, because anybody you can just, get control of. It is indeed him. That is good. I recognized you. Long-time listener there of LO and stuff. Yes, so you very, very good point. You're just spreading your crypto keys everywhere, and you just need, like, one system needs to be owned, and they have your secret keys. Join viewers taking, Twitch is, there are lots of usernames taken, apparently. You have lots of users. Who would have known? I was being a bit cagey because it could have been that you were here incognito, although that wouldn't have been a very good disguise. But I didn't want to out you. Anyway, last story here. Jeff Bezos, richest man in the world, recently saved The Expanse with Amazon when Amazon took over The Expanse, and I think he's watched The Expanse a lot because he wants to go to the moon. I mean, he's always had a space thing. He's now unveiled it's called Blue Moon, a moon lander. He wants to get back on the moon, and he's got big plans. And why am I saying he's watched The Expanse? Because if you read this story here on Golem, it's like about what he said in his presentation, and it's like he wants to get heavy industry away from Earth and put it in space because all the resources are in space, and you have zero gravity, and you should have heavy industry there, and then it doesn't pollute the planet. Hey, what does that sound like? Basically, Bezos wants to create the belt. I mean, if he's seen The Expanse, he will know that that'll be politically create a lot of instability. But I like that the Golem here pointed out that the working conditions, his vision said nothing about the working conditions of people. I think we know what the working conditions. They're gonna be worked to death. It's gonna be the fucking belt. Belters by Amazon Prime. It's gonna be that. So if you wanna know how Bezos is displaying the future, just watch The Expanse. I love that, like, they didn't have, like, Golem's going in hard here on his presentation, right? He's like, no live stream, only selected journalists. They were not allowed to ask questions. Once the stream was over, or once the presentation was over, they immediately kicked them out of the room. There was no space for questions, and they kicked them out in such a way that they had to write their stories standing up in the lobby. So this is Kenneth Shang, who was at the presentation on Twitter, tweeting, "This is what passes for press room following the Blue Origin moonlander announcement. They kicked us out of the very blue ballroom," and he has a good picture of like a tons of journalists with laptops, cameras standing there writing stories. I've done this. I know what that feels like. I like the guy who's like in the like down the line who's just sitting down. That's what I do. Fuck standing, just sit on the floor, you know. It's like lotus position. Get your laptop. I mean, I worked like that in a lot of conferences where there wasn't enough space in the press room. Yeah. So interesting. Bezos' vision for the future. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Got some stuff to do now. Got some stories to write. Hopefully, some podcasts published later in the day. So keep an eye on sixgun.org. GNR might be coming back at some point. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good day. I can recommend, if you want to hang out aside from this show, we have a very, very nice Discord. If you go to discord.sixgun.org, you will be you can just go right in the Discord channel, and it's fun. There's nice people. We chat a lot. It's good, like, I don't know, release valve for people in the office. You know, sometimes you're in the office, you're angry at people, you need people to talk to, and we also help each other with programming issues where we can, and by we I don't mean myself, but I mean people who actually are programmers. So I can recommend it. Ikwik, I think, is that I don't know, is that emoji, is that thumbs up for the Discord? I'm hoping it is. Anyway, I'll see you around there, and until then, have a nice weekend. Have some good times. I'll hopefully be having a bit of fun at our harbor birthday here in Hamburg. Look at some nice ships that have come in, and I'll be parading around. And I'll see you on Monday. I'll just be back as usual with some more tech news. Until then, have a nice weekend. Goodbye.